lost my father once when I was a boy, and now I'm losing him again. Help me to understand, Granny Mae.
It took me 20 years to come to terms with what you're wrestling with now, Justus.
For Daddy to have gotten to the point where he felt that that was the only option.
But keep in mind what the times were like then.
Times haven't changed that much.
Oh, yes, they have. We forget, mercifully, perhaps. There weren't so many that were willing to stand up and be counted. And those like your father, they were highly visible to their followers and to the opposition. They were icons.
All the more reason to live.
Justus, it was a decade of martyrs. You had Medgar Evers, Dr. King, the Kennedys, Malcolm X.
Not one of those men, not one of them, would have taken their own lives, and neither would the man who I thought was my father.
Justus, think of the man.
I have been, Granny Mae. Searching my memory. Daddy bringing home a stray puppy, teaching me how to throw a curveball, reading to us when we were sick, standing in the kitchen with his arms around Mama, sneaking a piece of sweet potato pie, Mama pretending to be mad and then laughing it off, and then Daddy going to those political meetings, and to Elizabeth and to Kylie. But I understand how it all fits together, how he made it fit without taking anything away from us or away from those women.
Your mother gave him the rock he needed to stand on. She provided a place where he could recharge and ground himself. She was his anchor, and I loved her for loving him like that.
But Mama, she hated politics. She was a pastor's wife. I understand why he needed someone who shared his passion for the cause. Yes, Mama recharged him for the home. Elizabeth and Kylie recharged him for the work.
Kylie provided the door into the political elite. She was very useful there.
Surely he knew what the consequences were. There were risks.
What are a few more risks among so many?
Granny Mae, these were choices that the man made. He should have been prepared to take responsibility.
He did take responsibility.
No, he quit. He ran away. He left you to handle everything, and that is what I cannot reconcile.
Why judge one terrible mistake? Why not judge his whole life?
Can you do that?
When I held his head in my lap under that oak tree that night, I made my peace with him. And I knew what he wanted me to do, and I did it.
Preserve his good name.
No, I preserved what he believed in. I preserved his accomplishments, not just for the sake of his memory or even his family, but for everyone. He gave everyone courage to think they could make a difference. He gave us hope that it wasn't in vain, and I couldn't let that hope die with him. If people began to doubt the man or question the man, they might question the man's message, and that would be the biggest tragedy of all.
You are asking me not to question.
I'm asking you to believe in your father.
I am trying to.
I was awakened by a sound, an explosion. I thought it was thunder. It's hard to get your mind around, I know.
It's hard for me to get my heart around it.
Heart. Your father had plenty of that. Too much. No, I take that back. This world needs more heart. It's a precious commodity to be protected.
That's what you've been trying to do all these years.
Was I wrong?
It's not for me to judge my father or you, Granny Mae.
Justus, we will be judged. The time has come.
Sit down. How do you want to handle this?
You're the lawyer. You tell me.
Well, Sean Donnelly is smart. Without any help, it may take him a while, but he'll sort it all out.
Meanwhile, this investigation is taking man-hours and money that could better be spent elsewhere.
There's something else that we need to consider, Granny Mae. You could be charged with obstruction. Now, if you come forward, Sean is more likely to be understanding.
I'm willing to take what's coming to me.
Well, I'm not just thinking of you, Granny Mae. We'll need Sean's cooperation in the way this is handled. You see, some of the same people who wanted to use this against us 20 years ago would love to use this against us now. If we tell the story, then there's a chance that it will be told right.
There's also a chance that the things I was trying to avoid will come about. I don't know, Justus, I'm gonna have to think about this. I think, indeed, it may be time for the truth.